Hello everyone, this is Al Red Sox fan coming to you from Al Red Sox fan YouTube channel. Hope all is well. And we're going to continue with our Strat-O-Matic Card&Dice 1983 1-and-done tournament. This is round 2. The first bracket is 16. The whole goal is to get to the second bracket is 16. The last bracket is 16 in round 3. And it's going to pit the Mets versus the Astros. The Mets won their round 1 game to reach round 2. And once again, round 1 winners advance to round 2 and the first bracket of 16. Top 8 teams have a bye until round 3 and the second bracket of 16. Teams 9 through 14 enter in round 2 plus the 2 round 1 winners, which round out the first bracket of 16. Now that that's all explained, let's roll some dice and play some Strat-O-Matic Card&Dice baseball with my original 1983 set. Here at the ballpark is Robbie Wartburg. How you doing, Robbie? Hope all is well. Happy Columbus Day. All right, for the New York Metropolitans, Mookie Wilson will lead things off, and he's in center field. Ubi Brooks bats second at third base. Keith Hernandez plays first base and bats third. The straw man, Darryl Strawberry, is the cleanup hitter, and he's in right field. Batting fifth is George Foster, and he'll be playing left field. Danny Heap is the designated hitter, and he will bat sixth. Doing the catching is Ron Hodges, batting seventh. At second base is Brian Giles. He will bat eighth. Jose Oquendo bats ninth and plays shortstop. On the mound for the New York Metropolitans, the 500 pitcher, Walt Terrell. Terrell was 8-8 with a 3.57 earned run average. He did allow 7 gopher balls. He struck out 59, walked 55, while allowing 123 hits in 1983. For the hometown Houston Astros, it'll be Terry Poole to lead things off. He's playing center field. In right field is Denny Walling, and he'll be batting second. Dickie Thon's at shortstop, batting third. Jose Cruz is the cleanup hitter, and he'll be playing left field. Ray Knight is at first base, batting fifth. Billy Doran is at second base, batting sixth. Phil Gardner is manning the hot corner for the Astros, and he will bat seventh. Doing the catching is Alan Ashby, and he will bat eighth. Batting ninth is the designated hitter, Kevin Bass. On the mound for the Houston Astros is the Express, Nolan Ryan. He was 14-9 in 1983 with a 2.98 earned run average. He allowed 9 gopher balls, struck out 183, walked 101, and allowed 134 hits. Who shall advance to round 3? We will find out very soon. All right, so it's Mookie Wilson to lead things off for the Metropolitans. Wilson, a switch hitter, will bat lefty against the right-handed throwing Ryan. Mookie Wilson, 276, 7 homers, 6 triples, and 25 doubles. Ubi Brooks is on deck. Ryan is ready to work. Here comes the Express. The pitch homeward bound to Mookie Wilson. 4-8. Lefty, 4-8, and that's a walk. So Wilson does a nice job. He leads off things for the Mets. That's a walk, and he's a double-A stealer. Alan Ashby has a +1 arm, so they're going to hold him on. So it's going to be a -2 +1, so it's a -1. Mookie Wilson will be off and running. Double-A stealer, 1 through 16. There goes Wilson. Here's the throw down. It's a 15, a close play. Applying the tag is the shortstop, Dickie Thon, but not in time. So Mookie Wilson and the Go-Go Metropolitans have a scoring runner at second base. So good job by Mookie Wilson. Now I'll bring up Ubi Brooks. Brooks will be traded, I think, in 84 or 85 to the Expos, in the deal that sent Mike Fitzgerald also to the Expos and brought Gary Carter to the Mets. Ubi Brooks, 251, 5 homers, 4 triples, 18 doubles. He is a B bunter, and they're going to bunt him along. Corners are playing in, so he goes to a C bunter. Here's the pitch from Ryan. Brooks squares the bunt. That's a 6. That should get him over. Let's quickly look at that. A 6 fielded by the third baseman. Gardner, his only play is to first. Covering on the wheel play is Doran. So that's going to be a sacrifice bunt for UB Brooks. Advancing to third is Mookie Wilson. So a sack. And that goes 5-4 as Doran was covering on the wheel play. So Brooks now 90 feet away from giving the Metropolitans an early 1-0 lead. And here comes the first baseman, left-handed batting, Keith Hernandez. Darryl Strawberry on deck. Keith Hernandez, acquired from the Cardinals, batted .297, 12 home runs, 7 triples, 23 doubles. Wilson at third. Ashby sets the target. Ryan kicks and deals to Keith Hernandez. 1-4. 1-4. And that's going to be a deep fly ball to right, but it's a question mark. The right fielder for the Astros is Denny Walling. He's a +2. He's a +2, and on a sac fly, well, it's up to our volition to go, so he's a +2. Mookie Wilson's 1 through 17, so that's 1 through 19. I believe you can only go through 1 through 18. Wilson's going to tag up. Here's the throw. It's a 13. It's up the line. 1-0 Mets. So the sac fly by Hernandez on the fly out to right. He picks up the RBI, so some small ball there. A single, a stolen base, a sac bunt, and a sac fly. 1-0 Metropolitans. Mets looking to advance to the final round of 16 in round 3. Stepping in the plate is Darryl Strawberry, Mets right fielder. Strawberry, .257, 26 homers, 7 triples, and 15 doubles. He did strike out 128 times. George Foster on deck. Strawberry, left-handed batter. The big windup and the pitch from Ryan to the straw man, Darryl Strawberry. 2-6. 2-6, swing and a miss. Nolan Ryan brings the express, strikes out Strawberry. Side is retired, but the Metropolitans do get one on the sac fly by Keith Hernandez. We go to the bottom of the first, 1-0 Mets. Walt Terrell is up on the bump for the Metropolitans. Robbie Wartburg's playing, I believe, a little 4th Street baseball, 1982 season, top of the 6th. Milwaukee leads Boston 4-0. 82 is a fun year for Major League Baseball. I picked that up in Card&Dice Strat. I also have it on the PC. I think I have it on the PC for Strat. All right, so it'll be Terry Poole, Denny Walling, and Dickie Fahn to face Walt Terrell. Terrell, just like Nolan Ryan, 50-50 for lefties and righties. Here's Terry Poole, the center fielder. Batted .292, 8 home runs. Once again, Terry Poole, .292, 8 home runs, 7 triples, and 25 doubles. On deck, another lefty, Denny Walling. Here's the pitch from Terrell to Terry Poole, 1-10. 1-10, fly ball out to right. Strawberry makes the catch, 1 down. Here's Denny Walling, the right fielder. .296, 3 homers, 3 triples, and 5 doubles. 87% against right-handed pitching. The pitch to Denny Walling. 2s across the board. That's a 2-4. 2-4. Another fly ball out to Strawberry. He makes the catch, and they're 2 away. So Terrell gets 2 fly balls to right and 2 outs. That'll bring up the shortstop, Dickie Fahn. Dickie Thon, 286, 20 home runs, 9 triples, and 28 doubles. Right-handed batting shortstop. 69% off righties. Terrell and the Mets looking for a 1-2-3 inning. Ron Hodges sets the target. The pitch to Dickie Thon. That's 4s across the board. That's going to be a 4-8. 4-8, and that's a walk. So no 1-2-3 inning. As Dickie Thon battles Walt Terrell to a base on balls. He's an A stealer. They will hold him on. So that's going to be -2. Ron Hodges is a +1. So it's going to be a -1. 1 through 14. Here's Jose Cruz. There goes Dickie Thon. The throw down by Hodges is a 13. And he is just safe. He just gets in there. Again, A stealer, -2, +1. Hodges' arm is a +1, so it's a -1. 1 through 14, we rolled a 13. A bang-bang play goes Dickie Thon's way. As applying the tag was the shortstop, Jose Oquendo. So a stolen base for Dickie Thon. And here's Jose Cruz. Let me give you his numbers. Left-handed batting left fielder, 318, 14 homers, 8 triples, and 28 doubles. Astros hoping to tie the game up here. They will hold Thon close, so it'll be only a +1, 1 through 17. Here's the windup and the pitch from Terrell to Jose Cruz. 6-5. 6-5. Slowly hit ball to second. Up with it is Brian Giles. He throws to Keith Hernandez, and the side is retired. We're through 1. The Metropolitans 1. The Astros nothing. And Thon is stranded at second after the stolen base. Due up for the Metropolitans to face Nolan Ryan in the top of the second, George Foster, Danny Heap, and Ron Hodges. George Foster, left fielder, former Cincinnati Red. 241, 28 homers, 2 triples, and 19 doubles. Danny Heap on deck. Ashby goes through the signs. Here's the pitch to George Foster. 5-7. Righty-righty matchup. 5-7. Swing and a miss. Ryan blows a fastball high and away. Second strikeout for Nolan. So that's 1 down. Here comes a left-handed batting designated hitter, Danny Heap. 88% right-handers against right-handers. 253, 8 homers, no triples, and 12 doubles. The catcher, Ron Hodges, on deck. Heap digs in the left-hander's batter's box. Ryan with the high leg kick and the delivery. He fires in a 2-5 to Danny Heap. 2-5, hard hit ball to first. Up with it is Knight. He waves off. Ryan takes it to the bag himself, and there are 2 away. Now bring up the left-handed batting catcher, Ron Hodges. 260, no homers, no triples, and 12 doubles. 89% against right-handed pitching. Ashby sets the target. The pitch to his counterpart, Ron Hodges. 3-7. 3-7. That's a walk. So Hodges battles Ryan to a base on balls. Second walk given up by Ryan. The first one, Mookie Wilson scored. So there's 2 outs. And Hodges is at first. E stealer, but with 2 outs will hold him, so it'll only be a +1, 1 through 12. Now bring up the number 8 batter, Brian Giles, right-handed batting second baseman, 75% against righties, 245, 2 home runs, no triples, and 15 doubles. Hodges will be off on contact. Ryan nods his head. He deals to Brian Giles. 3-11. 3-11. Ground ball to short. Thon throws tonight, and the side is retired. We go to the bottom of the second. 1-0 Metropolitans. Bobby Cantilano. How you doing, Bobby? Check out that wonderful channel. Lots of cool nature stuff on Bobby Cantilano's channel. And happy Columbus Day to you, Bobby. Due up for the Metropolitans, Ray Knight. Then Doran and Gardner. Ray Knight would go on to play for the Mets in 1986 when they beat the Red Sox in the World Series. He, too, is a former Red. 304, 9 homers, 4 triples, and 36 doubles. Walt Terrell back up on the bump for the Metropolitans. He's ready to work. He deals to Ray Knight 4-8. Righty. 4-8, and that's a walk. So Terrell walks his second batter of the game. Tying run at first. Knight's an E stealer. They will not hold him on until 2 outs. They'll bring up the switch-hitting second baseman Billy Doran. Doran in 83 batted .271, 8 homers, 7 triples, and 12 doubles. Phil Gardner on deck. Scrap iron, Phil Gardner. Mets hoping for 2. Here's the pitch to Billy Doran from Walt Terrell. 3-3. What will it be? We shall see on the 3-3. 3-3. Hard hit ball to second. Giles goes to Oquendo. Back to Hernandez. 4-6-3 double play. So Terrell gets the pitcher's best friend, the double play ball. And that's 4-6-3. So there are 2 down, bases empty. Mets throw the ball around the infield. And here comes scrap iron, Phil Gardner. Gardner was on the 1979 Pittsburgh Pirates We Are Family World Series champions. And in 83 with the Astros, 238, 14 homers, 2 triples, and 24 doubles. The catcher Alan Ashby on deck. Gardner, a right-handed batter. He awaits the offering from Walt Terrell. Pitch homeward bound. 1-7. 1-7. Swing and a miss. Hodges picks the ball up, throws down to first to complete the double play as he dropped the ball in the swing and the miss, and the side is retired. Top of the third, 1-0 Metropolitans. Winner advances to the final bracket of 16 in round number 3. Ryan back out on the mound. He will face Jose Oquendo, and then the top of the order, Mookie Wilson and U.B. Brooks. The shortstop, Jose Oquendo. Weak hitter, .213, 1 home run, no triples, and 7 doubles. Wilson on deck. Ryan deals quickly to Jose Oquendo, hoping to overpower him. That's a 1-9. 1-9, fly ball out to center field, and Terry Poole makes the catch. 1 down for the Mets. Top of the order now, Mookie Wilson walked, stole a base, and scored when he was advanced to third on the sac bunt by Brooks, and then the sac fly by Keith Hernandez. Wilson, switch hitter, bats lefty against the right-handed throwing Ryan. Ashby sets a target to pitch to Mookie Wilson. That's a 2-7 to Mookie Wilson. 2-7, single to right. Past the dive of Ray Knight. So Mookie Wilson's on. You know he's going to be off to the races looking for his second stolen base. Once again, they'll hold him on. He's a double-A stealer. -2. Ashby's a +1, so it's a -1. Double-A stealer, 1 through 16. There goes Wilson. Here's a throw down, and it's an 8. So Wilson easily steals that base. Another stolen base for Mookie Wilson. He's in scoring position with 1 out. And U.B. Brooks was at the plate. U.B. Brooks had the sac bunt, but with 1 out, he's going to be swinging away. Ryan peeks over his shoulder. The high leg kick in the pitch to U.B. Brooks. Ryan fires in a 3-9. 3-9, fly ball, center field B. Making the catch is Poole. Mookie Wilson will hold. So there are 2 down. Wilson will be off on contact now. He'll be a +1, 1 through 18. And here comes left-handed batting first baseman Keith Hernandez. Sac fly for the Ribby. And the 1-0 lead for the Mets. Hernandez looking to grip and rip. Ashby goes through the signs. Ryan quickly nods his head. He rocks and fires to Keith Hernandez. 5-8. 5-8. Left-handed batter. 5-8. Swing and a miss. High and tight. Hernandez tried to pull it. But that's the third strikeout for the Express, Nolan Ryan. The Mets strand Mookie Wilson at second. We go to the bottom of the third. Still 1-0 Mets. The winner advances to the final bracket of 16 in round 3. Due up for the Astros, Alan Ashby, Kevin Bass in the top of the order, Terry Poole. Here's Alan Ashby, switch hitting catcher. 229, 8 homers, 1 triple, and 18 doubles. Kevin Bass, the designated hitter, on deck. The pitch to Ashby. Walt Terrell tosses in a 6-5. Ashby batting left-handed. 6-5. Slowly hit ball to second. Giles has it. Throws to first. 1 down. So far, Walt Terrell has been able to keep these Astros batters off balance. Here comes the number 9 batter, the designated hitter, switch hitter, Kevin Bass. 236, 2 homers, 3 triples, and 7 doubles. Terry Poole on deck. The pitch to Bass from Walt Terrell. 4-9. Left-handed batter. 4-9. And that's a single past the dive of Jose Oquendo into left center field. 1 through 7 is a single. We roll to 5. And 8 through 20 would have been a line out to short. So Kevin Bass singles. He represents a tying run at first. He's a D stealer. They will not hold him on. He's going nowhere. Top of the order, Terry Poole. He flew out to Darryl Strawberry and right. 1 out, 1 on. Terrell hoping for a double play ball here. Here's the pitch to Terry Poole. Terrell fires in a 5-8. Poole's a lefty. 5-8. And a 19. That's a single. Going first to third as the ball's cut off in the right center gap and quickly thrown back in is Kevin Bass. Poole thought about going for 2, but holds at first. So once again, that's a 5-8. 5-8. Double would have been a 1. We rolled a 19. Single 2 stars, 2 through 20. And tying run 90 feet away. Kevin Bass. And Terry Poole is now 1 for 2. Mets looking to turn 2. And now bring up Denny Walling. Walling, the right fielder. Also flew out to Strawberry in his first at-bat. Hodges goes through the signs. The windup and the pitch by Walt Terrell. 4-9 again. 4-9-17. That's a 4. Left-handed batter. 4-9. Line shot. And Jose Oquendo makes the leaping catch. So the 4-9 left-handed batter. 1 through 7 would have been a single, but we rolled a 17. A great play by Oquendo, and now there's 2 down. Quickly diving back to third is Kevin Bass. Great play by Oquendo. Two outs, runners on the corners, and here comes Dickie Thon, the shortstop. Thon walked and stole a base. 1-0 Mets, 2 outs, 2 on. Thon awaits the Walt Terrell offering, pitch homeward bound by Terrell. 6-11. Righty, 6-11. Ground ball back to Terrell. Terrell is a 2 defender with an E0, so he can't make an error on the play. And we rolled a 5. Let's check the advanced fielding chart. 2-5-0. He has it. He throws to first, and the side is retired. Good job by Walt Terrell. Scoring at home 1-3. It would have been a double play ball, but they didn't need it. We're through 3, still 1-0. Metropolitans. A big squander for the Astros. Great play by Jose Oquendo. Could come back to haunt the Houston Astros. As that should have been a hit in a tie ball game, but he went high up in the air to snare it. On the line shot. Top of the 4th, Nolan Ryan. Point of weakness inning is 7. Where you do the point of weakness check for him, and Walt Terrell is 6. Due up for the Mets to face the Express, Nolan Ryan. Strawberry, Foster, and Heap. Strawberry was a strikeout victim of Ryan. Here's the pitch from Ryan to Darryl Strawberry, looking for revenge. That's a 6-5 to the Straw Man. Left-handed batter. 6-5, swing and a miss. Again, he overpowers Strawberry. He chased high and out of the zone. So Strawberry has struck out twice now. And now bring up another strikeout victim, George Foster. Let's see what Foster can do against Nolan Ryan. 1-0 Mets, top of the 4th. Winner advances to round 3. The pitch to George Foster, speak softly and carry a big boomstick. A 2-9 to George Foster. Righty, 2-9. Line shot right at the third baseman. Making the snare is Gardner. So there are 2 down. Base is empty for the designated hitter. Left-handed batting, Danny Heap. He grounded out to first. Ryan nods his head. Ashby sets the target. The pitch to Danny Heap. That's a 2-7 to Danny Heap. 2-7. Strike 3 looking. Painted the inside corner. Another Metropolitan goes down via the K. Ryan is now struck out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Mets cling to that 1-0 lead. Due up for Houston, Jose Cruz, Ray Knight, and Billy Doran. Cruz grounded to second. Left-handed batter, A. Steeler. The windup and the pitch from Walt Terrell, 6-9. Left-handed batter, 6-9. Fly ball, shallow center. Wilson comes in, makes the catch. 1 down. Here's the first baseman, Ray Knight. Knight walked his first time up. Hodges wiggles the fingers. The pitch to Ray Knight. Terrell tosses in a 1-8. Righty, 1-8. Ground ball to third. UB Brooks throws across the diamond for out number 2. So 2 up, 2 down. Terrell is really dealing here. And here's a switch hitting second baseman, Billy Doran. Doran banged into the 4-6-3 double play his first time up. He's batting lefty. Terrell arms down to his chest. The windup and the pitch to Billy Doran. 3s across the board. That's a 3-6. 3-6, ground ball to short. Oquendo throws to Hernandez, and 1-2-3 go the Astros. We're through 4, and the score is 1-0 Mets. Remember, the winner advances to the final bracket of 16 in round number 3. Top of 5, due up for the Metropolitans. Ron Hodges, Brian Giles, and Jose Oquendo. Hodges, the catcher, walked his first time up against the Express, Nolan Ryan. Here's the pitch from Ryan to Ron Hodges. 4-7. Left-handed batter. 4-7, and again he battles Ryan to a walk. Fouling off several pitches and then not chasing. The second time Hodges will be on via the walk. He's an E Steeler. They will hold him put. And here comes Brian Giles. Oquendo on deck. Giles is going to sacrifice bunt. B bunter, they're playing for the bunt. So he'll be a C bunter. Here's the pitch from Ryan. Brian Giles squares. That's an 11. That's not going to be bueno. C11 batter pops out to first. Hodges holds. So he pops it up high enough that Hodges can get back. Making the catch at first is Ray Knight. So a failed sac bunt. Mets are 1 for 2 now on sacrifice bunts. Fail, sac, pop out 3. Double play will get him out of the inning. Here comes a shortstop, Jose Oquendo. Oquendo flew out to center field and Terry Poole. Ryan deals quickly to Oquendo, again trying to overpower him. 2-9 to Jose Oquendo. 2-9. He jammed him, popped up. Shortstop, Dickie Fahn makes the catch, and there are 2 away. Hodges will be off on contact. They will hold him close now, so he's only a +1, 1 through 12. Top of the order, Mookie Wilson. Wilson has walked and singled, and he has 2 stolen bases. Let's see what Mookie can do. Switch hitter batting lefty. Ryan kicks and deals to Mookie Wilson. 6-6. You get your kicks on Route 66. Pick up some sticks. 6. And he walks. Another walk by Ryan. 2 walks in this inning. Mookie Wilson's been on base all 3 times. 2 walks and a single. Can't steal second because Ron Hodges occupies it. He's in scoring position now. They again will hold him close with 2 outs, so he's 1 through 12. Here comes UB Brooks. Brooks has a sac bunt and a fly out to Terry Poole and left. 1-0. Metropolitans looking to add to this precarious lead. The pitch from Ryan to UB Brooks. 3-11. Righty-righty. 3-11. Fly ball to center field. Terry Poole's there. And once again, Brooks flies out to Terry Poole. The Mets strand 2. This side is retired. We go to the bottom of the 5th. 1-0 Metropolitans. We have a pitcher's duel here in Houston. Another good game in our 1983 tournament. I'll bring up Phil Gardner. Gardner will be followed by Alan Ashby and Kevin Bass. Scrap Iron struck out the first time against Walt Terrell. Righty-righty matchup. The pitch from Terrell to Phil Gardner. 4-6. 4-6. Ground ball to second base. Defense check for Giles. He's a 2 and we rolled a 5. Flip the chart. 2-5. Giles backhands it. Throws to Keith Hernandez. 1 down. Gardner's now 0 for 2. Here comes the catcher, Alan Ashby. Ashby also grounded out to Giles. Terrell picks up the sign. Hodges sets the target. The pitch to his counterpart, Alan Ashby. That's a 2-7. 2-7. Strike 3. Outside corner. Catch. Ashby looking. Hodges framed the pitch beautifully. And there are 2 down. And that's Walt Terrell's second strikeout. Ryan has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Terrell now has 2. So 2 outs, base is empty. And here comes the number 9 batter, the designated hitter, Kevin Bass. He singled. He reached all the way to third, but could not score. Terrell deals quickly to Kevin Bass. That's a 1-11. 1-11. Popped up. Right side. Outfield grass, calling for it and making the catch is Brian Giles, and Walt Terrell sends the Astros down 1, 2, 3. We're through 5, and the Mets continue to hold that precarious 1-run lead, 1-0 Metropolitans. We go to the top of the 6th. It's a pitcher's duel here in Houston. Ryan versus Walt Terrell. Due up for the Mets, Keith Hernandez, Darryl Strawberry, and George Foster. Hernandez has a sac fly that knocked in the only run for the Mets, and then he was a strikeout victim. Digs in that left-hander's batter's box. The pitch from Ryan to Keith Hernandez. 4-12, left-handed batter. 4-12, bounding ball to second. Doran has it, throws tonight, one away. So Hernandez is retired. That'll bring up the straw man, Darryl Strawberry. Strawberry struck out twice. Ryan is challenging with fastballs both times. Here's the pitch to Strawberry. Ryan fires in a 6-5. Left-handed batter. 6-5. Swing and a miss. He gets him for the third time. The hat trick you don't want. Ryan has now struck out 6. Just overpowering the power-hitting right fielder for the Mets, Darryl Strawberry. So 2 outs, base is empty for Speak Softly and Carry a Big Boomstick, George Foster. Foster is struck out and lined hard to third. Let's see what Foster can do. 1-0 Mets. He awaits the Ryan offering. He won't have to wait long. The Express homeward bound. 2-7 to Foster. 2-7. Swing and a miss. And the side is retired. Ryan dealing the heat. That is strikeout. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 Ks for Nolan Ryan. He has 7 Ks. And we go to the bottom of the 6th. 1-0 Mets. They continue to cling to that 1-run lead. Terrell has been equally up to the challenge for the Metropolitans. Due up for the Astros, top of the order, Terry Poole, Denny Wallen, and Dickie Thon. Robbie Wartburg gives us a final score from his 4th season baseball, 1982. Final in Boston, Milwaukee wins it easily, 6-0. All right, here's Terry Poole. He's flown to right and single. Terrell in his point of weakness check inning, which is the 6th. The pitch to Terry Poole from Walt Terrell. That's a 3-7. 3-7, and that's a single. 1 through 17 is a single. We rolled a 15. 18 through 20 would have been a line out to second. So Terry Poole picks up his second hit. He's now 2 for 3. Poole is an A stealer. He will be going. They'll hold him on. So that's going to be a -2 plus 1. So it's a -1. 1 through 14. There's Terry Poole. Here's the throw down. It's a 5. Had it been a 1, 2, or 3, we go error check, but it's not. So Terry Poole steals a base. As the throw was off. And it was all that Jose Oquendo could do to smother it, the shortstop. So Terry Poole's in scoring position for Denny Walling. Walling, a C bunter. He's not going to bunt. He's going to swing away. Walling is 0 for 2. He flew out to Strawberry and right and was robbed of a base hit and an RBI by the shortstop for the Metropolitans, Jose Oquendo. Terrell peeks over his shoulder. Now he deals to Denny Walling. 6 is across the board. That's a 6-12. 6 has gone wild. Left-handed batter. 6-12. Fly ball right field. Making the catch is Strawberry. Poole will hold at second. So 1 out. And now bring up Dickie Thon. The shortstop has walked, stolen a base, and grounded back to Walt Terrell, the pitcher. Again, Terry Poole held close. With 1 out, he's a -1, 1 through 15. Dickie Thon awaits the Walt Terrell offering. The Mets have some bullpen action now. Here's the pitch to Dickie Thon from Walt Terrell. 2-5. Right-handed batter. Right-handed pitcher. 2-5. That ball's hit to short. Poole will hold at second. Oquendo throws to Hernandez. 2 away. So the Astros, 1 out away from another squander. They got the tying run at second with no outs, and now Terry Poole's still there with 2 outs, and here comes Jose Cruz, the cleanup hitter, and he's 0 for 2. He's grounded to second and flown to center. Orozco and Diaz continue to warm in the Metropolitan bullpen. Here's the pitch to Jose Cruz trying to tie it. Terrell tosses in triple sixes. 6-12 to the left-handed batting Jose Cruz. 6-12, fly ball out to right field. Back going towards the track is Strawberry. He makes the catch, and the side is retired. Walt Terrell pumps his fist. Terry Poole is stranded at second. So the single and the stolen base, Poole there with no outs, does not advance any further. A fly out to right, a ground out to short, and a fly out to right. 1-0 Mets as we head to the top of the 7th. So Walt Terrell is wheeling and dealing. He is master of his domain. Due up for the Mets. They want to add some insurance runs here. 1-0. It's not a big lead at all, as you know. Danny Heap, Ron Hodges, and Brian Giles to face Nolan Ryan. If you're just joining us, the Mets scored in the top of the first. A walk by Mookie Wilson. He stole second. Was sacrificed over by Ubi Brooks to third. And then Keith Hernandez hit a sac fly to right. That's all the scoring, folks. All the scoring. Here's the pitch to Danny Heap. Danny Heap's 0 for 2. He's grounded to first and struck out. Ryan, that's a leaner reroll. Oh, we still got the one anyway. That's a 6-4. Danny Heap's a lefty. 6-4. Ground ball to second. Doran is a 2 defender and re-rolled a 13. So a 2 and a 13. Doran knocks it down, picks it up, throws to night, 1 away. So Heap is now 0 for 3. Now I'll bring up Ron Hodges, left-handed batting catcher. He's walked twice. Let's see if he can get on this time. Ryan looks in at Ashby. Nods his head. The pitch to Ronnie Hodges. That's a 2-10. 2-10. That's a fly ball to right. Walling makes the catch. And that's 2 away. So no walk for Mr. Hodges this time. 2 outs, base is empty for the second baseman for the Metropolitans. Brian Giles, he's grounded to short and then popped out to the first baseman on a failed sac. Ryan deals quickly to Brian Giles. He fires in a 6-5. Giles, a right-handed batter. 6-5. Ground ball to short. And Dickie Fon. Fon is a 2 defender. We rolled an 8. So a 2 and an 8 will be an error check. He's an E30. That is not bueno. E30. We rolled both of these red die. That's a 6. That might be good. And no, it's not. 3 through 7 and 11 is an error, so Dickie Fon boots the ball. No 1-2-3 inning for Ryan, as that's an E6. So Giles is at first. Giles is an A stealer. You know he's going to go. They'll hold him on, so that'll be a -2 and a +1 for Ashby's arm, so it's a -1. 1 through 14. Here he goes. Okendo at the plate. The throw down by Ashby. It's a 17, and the side is retired. Applying the tag is the shortstop, Dickie Fon. So Okendo will lead off the top of the 8th. So Giles is thrown out. Stealing 2-6. Kendo will be at the plate once again to lead off the top of the 8th. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Mets still up 1-0. Terrell's pitch 6. And he'll face Knight, Doran, and Gardner. And here comes Jesse Orosco to pitch the 7th and the 8th and possibly the 9th. As in our tournament, you can pitch your relievers. There's a day rest in between, so they have plenty of rest. It's the starters that cannot come back. Diaz continues to warm in the Metropolitan Bullpen. So Walt Terrell did his job. Terrell went 6 innings and gave up no runs. He's in line to win it. He can only win it. He can't lose it. Jesse Orosco is the new pitcher. Orosco pitched in Game 1, an epic game. Wonderful game in the tournament when the Mets won in extra innings. Orosco and Diaz, as they rallied to come back. So it's Jesse Orosco. So Terrell gives the Mets what they needed, 6 innings, and they turn it over to their bullpen. Jesse Orosco, 13 and 7, 1.47 earned run average. He struck out 84 while only walking 38, and he gave up 3 home runs. Left-handed thrower. Again, he'll face Knight, Doran, and Gardner. Knight only 33% against left-handed pitching. Here's the pitch from Orosco to Ray Knight. 4-7. Right-handed batter. 4-7, and that's a walk. That's not the way Jesse Orosco wanted to start things off. Second time Knight's walked. He's walked, grounded to third, and walked again. Tying run at first. He's an E-stealer. They will not hold him on until 2 outs. That brings up Billy Doran. Doran, switch hitter, will now bat righty against the left-handed throwing Orosco. Orosco hoping for the double play ball. As Giles and Oquendo pinch that middle. Orosco, the windup, and the pitch to Billy Doran. 4-4. Will it close the door on Billy Doran? We shall see. Batting righty. 4-4 and a 14. That's a single. Knight was off on the pitch. He'll go first to third. So Jesse Orosco is not spelling relief. A 4-4 against a right-handed batter. A 1 would have been a triple. We rolled a 14. 2 through 20 is a single, 2 stars. And Houston's back in business. Runners on the corners, no outs. But they've had runners in scoring position with no outs before and squandered the situation. So the Mets go to their bullpen, and it has not produced yet. And here comes Phil Gardner. The Mets will play for 2. They'll give up the tying run. Scrap Iron has struck out and grounded to third. Orosco looking for a strikeout or a pop-out. Here's the pitch to Scrap Iron, Phil Gardner. That's a 3-7 to Gardner. Against a left-handed pitcher. 3-7-10. Line shot to the shortstop, Oquendo. He bluffs the throw to first. Diving back is Billy Doran. So they got what they needed there. Oh boy, Gardner hit it on the screws. He lines out right to Oquendo. 1 out. And here's Alan Ashby. And now Houston, who have not scored. Ashby is 0 for 2. 24% against left-handed pitching. That's the Mets team. Let's see who we have. They got to knock in a run to tie it up here. And they'll just go to the backup catcher. Craig Reynolds. Tony Scott. 226. And then the backup catcher, Luis Poulos. So Tony Scott batted 226, and he's 54%. When he did get a hit, 54%, or got on base, 54%. That's the percentage against left-handed pitching on the Strat card. Let's just take a look at Ashby. 229. So Tony Scott will come in to pinch hit for Ashby. Ashby's done. The new catcher will be Luis Poulos. And you can run all day, all night on him. So here's Tony Scott to pinch hit. Poulos, we'll just put this over here. And Ashby is done. Can't win it till you tie it. So it's the pinch hitter, Tony Scott. Tony Scott to pinch hit. Here in the bottom of the seventh. 1 out, runners on the corners. Poulos will come in to catch. Poulos. 3 defensive catcher. E6. Throwing error 1 through 15. Arm +2. Running 10, 1 through 10. E stealer, B bunter, C hit and run. All right, so he'll come in for Scott after defensively in the top of the 8th. So all right, Tony Scott, big moment here for Tony Scott. First and third, 1 out. Orozco hoping for a double play ball. Scott switch hitter will be batting righty. Again, he's 54% on his strat card against left-handed pitching. He batted .226, 2 homers, 1 triple, 6 doubles. Astros roll the dice, as they say. They go with the pinch hitter. Orozco, quick word from Hodges on how they want to pitch to Scott. Doran is at first. Knight is at third. Hodges back behind the plate, sets the target. Here's the pitch to Tony Scott. Can he knock in the tying run or more? With 1 out, runners on the corners, top of the 7th. Mets lead 1-0. That's a 2-10. 2-10. Ground ball to third base B. Ground ball to third base B. If no runners are forced, runners hold. If 1 or more runners are forced, runner at first is out. Batter is safe. Other runners advance 1 base. So we have a tie ball game. They had the contact play on, a slowly hit ball to third. They try to turn 2. They get the middle runner. And safe at first is Tony Scott. Let's make sure we read this right. If no runners are forced, runners hold. If 1 or more runners are forced, runner at first is out. Batter is safe. Other runners advance 1 base. 1-1 ball game. So scoring from third is Knight, and we're tied at 1. Houston, they don't care how they got that run. They're just happy. Doran's out. Scott, that's going to be a fielder's choice. 5-4, but he picks up a ribby. Doran's out. So there's 2 down now. Go ahead run at first base. And Tony Scott, he's a C stealer. So Knight scores. Doran's forced out. Scott, the go ahead run at first. And here comes the designated hitter, Kevin Bass. So Orozco gives up the lead. Remember, Luis Poulos will come in to catch at the top of the inning. Kevin Bass has singled and popped out to second. Orozco deals to Kevin Bass, trying to keep the game tied. 4-9. Bass batting righty off the left-handed throwing Jesse Orozco. 4-9. Ground ball to second base and Brian Giles. That's a defense check. Giles is a 2 defender, and that's a 7. A 2 and a 7. He has it, and he throws to first, and the side is retired. But Houston ties it up. we go to the top of the 8th, knotted at 1. So Scott's day is done. You know what? He made contact. They couldn't turn 2. He gets the ribby. So the Mets go to their bullpen, but could not hold the 1-run lead. As I stated, it was a precarious 1-run lead, as they all are. Due up for the Metropolitans, Oquendo, who's at the plate when Giles was thrown out by Ashby, but now it's Poulos behind the plate. And Nolan Ryan back up on the bump. And point of weakness check now for the top of the 8th. So here's Oquendo. Jose's 0 for 2. He's flown out to center and popped out to short. Ryan deals quickly to Oquendo, trying to overpower him again. That is a 6-8 to Jose Oquendo. Righty-righty matchup. 6-8. Swing and a miss. He just blows the fastball by him. And that's strikeout number 8, I do believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He now has struck out 8. Metropolitans. 1-1 ball game. 1 out. Top of the 8th. Here's Mookie Wilson. Wilson's been on base all 3 times. He's walked twice and singled. He scored the only Mets run on a sac fly. Stolen 2 bases. Amish Elvis, how you doing, my friend? Hope all is well. Happy Columbus Day. Here's the pitch from Ryan to Mookie Wilson. Can they keep him off the base paths? 1-10. Wilson batting lefty. 1-10. Ground ball to short. Thon backhands it. Fires low, and it's scooped out of the dirt by Knight. 2 away. So finally, Mookie Wilson is kept off the base paths. And now bring up Ubi Brooks with 2 outs and no one on. Brooks has flown out twice to Terry Poole in center field. 1-1. Ball game here, top of the 8th. The pitch from Ryan to Ubi Brooks trying to keep the inning alive. That's a 1-11. Righty-righty matchup. 1-11. Hard hit ball to third. Up with it, is Scrap Iron Gardner. He throws the Knight and the side is retired. Nice play by Phil Gardner. Scoring at home 5-3. You should. It's good for the brain. We go to the bottom of the 8th. 1-1. Winner advances to the final bracket of 16 in round 3, where the top 8 teams come into the tournament. And Jesse Orozco, who blew the save, still back out there. It's good for 3 innings. Second inning of work. He'll face the top of the order. Poole, Walling, and Dickie Thon. Terry Poole, 2 for 3. He's flown out to right, singled twice, and stolen a base. Struggles more against lefties. Here's the pitch from Orozco to Terry Poole. 4-7 to Terry Poole. Lefty, 4-7. That's a walk. Oh, my Lord. Mets looking down to the bullpen to see if Diaz is ready. And you know Terry Poole will be stealing. So Denny Walling comes to the plate. As Poole, Hodges is a +1 arm. A stealer. They're going to hold him on. That's -2. +1, so it's a -1. 1 through 14. There he goes. A throw down by Hodges. And they got him! It's a 19! Hodges throws down, applying the tag as Oquendo. That was almost like a pitch out. A high fastball and away. Gave Hodges a beautiful throwing lane to Oquendo, who applies the tag to Terry Poole. None shall pass. Go grab some pine, Mr. Poole. You are out. So he's out stealing 2-6. And so Denny Walling will now hit with the bases empty. The right fielder, is 0 for 3. He's flown out twice to Strawberry and was robbed of a single in a ribby by a leaping catch by Jose Oquendo. Orozco takes a deep breath. The windup and the pitch to Denny Walling. 2-7 to Denny Walling. Lefty, lefty. 2-7. Strike 3 looking. Slider outside corner. So there are 2 down now. Now bring up the right-handed batting Dickie Thon. The shortstop has walked, grounded to the pitcher, and grounded out to his counterpart at short, Jose Oquendo. Orozco looking for a 1-2-3 inning. He kicks and fires to Dickie Thon. 5-7 to Dickie Thon. Right-handed batter. 5-7. Strike 3. Thon did not like the call. Hodges rolls the ball to the plate, and the side is retired. A great job by Orozco. After the precarious walk, Hodges got things going defensively by throwing out Terry Poole. We go to the top of the 9th, still tied at 1. And it will be Nolan Ryan still. Frank DePino is ready, though. DePino was 3-4 with a 2.65, giving up 2 homers, striking out 67, only walking 20, and 71 innings pitched in 1983. This has been quite a pitcher's duel. All right, so Ryan is back up on the bump for the top of the 9th. He'll face Keith Hernandez, Darryl Strawberry, and George Foster, the heart of this Metropolitan order. Keith Hernandez knocked in the only run way back in the top of the 1st on a sac fly that scored Mookie Wilson after he walked, stole second, sacrificed over by UB Brooks. He's also struck out Hernandez and grounded to second. Ryan deals to Keith Hernandez. 1-5. 1-5. And that is a shot. Left center field. Hernandez goes the other way. No one's going to get to it. It's going to be a leadoff double. 1-5. We rolled a 19. A 1 through 12 would have been a go-ahead homer. 13 through 20 is a double. So Keith Hernandez stands at second base. The go-ahead run. And here comes Darryl Strawberry. Nolan Ryan has struck him out 3 times. All right, he didn't give up a hit last inning, but he did walk 1. And now he, no, that's incorrect. My faux pas. He didn't give up anything last inning. Strikeout and 2 groundouts. So if he gives up another hit or a walk, he's reached his point of weakness. He's going to pitch to Strawberry. He struck him out 3 times. Can he get him for the 4th time? Ryan peeks over his shoulder. The high leg kick and the pitch to Strawberry. 1-1 game. Top of the 9th. Go-ahead run at second for the Mets. Keith Hernandez holding him close. 5-5 to Darryl Strawberry. Left-handed batter. 5-5 and a 3, and Strawberry strikes this ball well. Deep to center field. Poole racing back. Leaps. It's off the wall. And by the time it's corralled, Keith Hernandez scores from second. And Darryl Strawberry gets sweet revenge after striking out 3 times. He doubles in the go-ahead run. So back-to-back doubles produce fruit for the Metropolitans. And they take the lead 2-1. Unbelievable. Again, that was a 5-5. Let's double check. Left-handed batter, 5-5. That's a double 1 through 5. We rolled a 3. And it's 2-1 as Hernandez scores. So 2 extra base hits, and it's a 2-1 lead for the Mets. Here comes George Foster. Foster struck out twice and also lined to third. Ryan's going to pitch to Foster. Looking for that hat trick that you don't want if you're Foster. 2-9. Right-handed pitcher, 2-9, line shot once again at the third baseman, Gardner. Unbelievable. So the second time he's lined out to Gardner, so there's one out. Again, one more hit or walk, he hits point of weakness. And here comes Danny Heap. We didn't bunt because Foster is a D-bunter. And it's Danny Heap. Danny Heap will swing away. Heap is 0 for 3. He is 88% against righties on the Strat card. Do we want to go lefty and force the Mets to make a move here? I think Mike Lacoste was a... Bob Nepper was a lefty. He can pitch out of 3-1-9. Righty. Mike Lacoste. No, he was a righty. Bob Nepper. Struck out 125. Gave up 12 home runs. If we go to Nepper, they would go to Kingman, I would assume. We don't have many good players on the bench for either team. No, they probably go to Bob Baylor. 29. Kingman. 39. I'd probably roll the dice with Kingman. In fact, the Mets will send out Dave Kingman. Danny Heap's called back. Kingman's got home runs. And they'd love to see a 2-run jack, so Danny Heap is called back. Danny Heap is called back for Kong. Dave Kingman, second stint with the Metropolitans. He was with them in 77, traded away to San Diego where he had his Dave Kingman tour. I think he went to 4 different teams in 77, 4 or 5. All right, so Danny Heap is done. Kong, Dave Kingman will come in. They didn't get anything from Heap. 2 ground outs and a strikeout. We're going to roll the dice that Kingman can run into a fastball. He has clean home runs on column 2, 10, 11, and 12. On column 3, 11, and 12. So Ryan will face Kong, Dave Kingman. One out, 2-1 Mets. A big insurance run in Darryl Strawberry at second base. Strawberry will be held close, so he'll be a -1 because there's under 2 outs. So it'll be 1 through 15. Dave Kingman in 1983, 198, 13 homers, no triples, and 7 doubles. So when he got a hit, it was a boom goes the ball, a bippity-boppity boom, and that's what Mets fans want now. Ryan deals to Kong. It sounds like a horror movie. 4-3, what will it be? Right-handed batter, 4-3, ground ball to first base. X. The first baseman's Ray Knight. Will he knock it past Ray Knight? Ray Knight's a 4 defender. That's a 3! A 4 and a 3! It's past the dive of Ray Knight. Scoring from second base is Strawberry. It is 3-1 Mets. The Mets looking for their second upset in a row. So Dave Kingman, Kong has singled past the dive of Knight into right field. Down the line, he does not dare to take 2, though. Clapping his hands at first base, the Mets get a huge insurance run on the pinch hit single by Dave Kingman. And that's it. For Nolan Ryan, the Mets break on through to the other side, getting 2 runs in the top of the 9th. They now lead 3-1, and Ryan will be relieved. Kingman will stay into DH. So a good call by the Metropolitan manager to go to Kong. And Heap's out of the game. And here comes Frank DiPino to face Ron Hodges. Or will they go to Bob Nepper? But if they go to Nepper, we bring in Junior Ortiz. He had 2 big hits in the tournament game that the Mets won in round 1. So we're going to go lowest ERA with Frank DiPino. Here comes Frank DiPino. Ryan in line to lose it. He can't win it. The Mets, unbelievable. Mets come back again. They're the comeback kids. So Ryan went 8 1/3. 8 1/3. Gave up 3 runs. He's responsible for Kingman at the plate. He struck out 8, though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But he's on line for the 3-1 loss. And here comes Frank DiPino. DiPino good for 2 innings of relief. 3 and 4, 2.65 earned run average. Gave up 2 homers, struck out 67, walked 20. He needs to get these 2 outs here. Keeping a 2-run deficit. DiPino is he is a left-handed thrower. So he's a left-handed thrower. Why I think he was a righty. Ron Hodges will be called back. So Hodges' day is done. Here comes a hero from game 1. The catcher, Junior Ortiz. Ortiz batted .249, 5 doubles, no triples, no homers, 34% against lefties. He's a right-handed batting catcher. His arm is a +2, though. So they get a little downgrade on defense, but they want to try to knock in more runs. So it's going to be Junior Ortiz. Hodges walked twice and flown to right. So it's Ortiz time. Junior Ortiz, that is. Kingman at first. D Steeler, 1 out. They're not going to hold him out. Here's the pitcher, Junior Ortiz. DiPino hoping for the double play ball. He fires into the right-handed batting Ortiz, a 110. 110 single. Kingman goes station to station, and Ortiz's hot hitting continues. And here come the Mets once again, first and second. First and second. With only 1 out. Kingman, the responsibility of Ryan at second. Junior Ortiz, the responsibility of DiPino at first. And here's Brian Giles, the second baseman. Giles was 0 for 3. He did reach on an error by the shortstop Thon. DiPino again hoping for the double play ball. Looks in at Ashby. The windup and the pitch to Brian Giles. Mets hoping for more runs. That's a 5-6. 5-6, right-handed batter. 5-6, swing and a miss. So there are 2 outs. Runners will be off on contact. Cog will be held close at second with 2 outs, so he'll only go +1, 1 through 14. 3-1 Mets. Number 9 batter, Jose Oquendo. We don't want to take Oquendo out with the lead. If we didn't have the lead, we would have went to Bob Baylor, but he's a god-awful shortstop when it comes to range. Oquendo does make a lot of errors, though. Maybe we will go to take a quick look at Bob Baylor. 4 and an E. He's actually the range is worse, but the error check is slightly better. The Mets will keep Oquendo in because that 3 column looks basically the same. So Oquendo will stay in. We'll go with the better range and the worst glove of the starter, Oquendo. So 2 outs, 2 on, 3-1 Mets. DiPino ready. He rocks and fires to Jose Oquendo, trying to end the inning here, the top of the 9th. Keep it a 2-run deficit. It's a 2-9 to Jose Oquendo. Left-handed pitcher. 2-9. 1 hopper to third. Gardner throws across the diamond, and the side is retired. But the Mets knock in 2 more runs. They now lead 3-1 as we go to the bottom of the ninth. Jesse Orozco for his third inning of, he can win it now. He blew the save. Walt Terrell didn't give up any runs in 6. They tied the game up off of Orozco, excuse me. Junior Ortiz, let's give you his numbers right now really quick. Ortiz, C defensive range, not good. E14, again, a big downgrade defensively, or it's enough of a downgrade. He's a +2 where Hodges was a +1 with an arm, and he runs worse. But we just need to get, Mets need to get 3 outs before Houston can score 2 or more runs. And they advance to the final bracket of 16 in round 3. His throwing error 1 through 9, again worse than, actually slightly better than Hodges. ECD, E Steelers, C bunter, D hit and run. But you don't want him back up, that's for sure. Something's gone horribly wrong if he comes back to the plate. Oquendo made the last out. All right, so Carlos Diaz is ready in the pen. Point of weakness check now for Orozco. He needs 3 outs, and the Mets will pick up the win. He'll face Cruz, Knight, and Doran. Jose Cruz was 0 for 3. Is 0 for 3. Lefty-lefty matchup. Orozco deals to Jose Cruz 2-9. Lefty-lefty 2-9. Bounding ball to third. Up with it is the third baseman. Brooks. He throws to Hernandez. 1 down. The Mets are 2 outs away from advancing to the final bracket of 16 in round 3, where the top 8 teams join the tournament. So 1 out. Now bring up Ray Knight, first baseman. Knight is 0 for 1. He's walked twice and scored the only run on the ground ball by Scott when they could not turn 2. So here's Ray Knight. Let's see what Ray Knight can do against Jesse Orozco. Diaz is ready in the pen. Here's the pitch from Orozco to Ray Knight. 1 out, no one on. They need to put a runner on to bring the tying run to the plate. That's a 3-12 against a left-handed pitcher. 3-12, line shot, a step and a dive by Ubi Brooks. He's just robbed extra bases of Ray Knight, and the Mets are 1 out away. What a great play by Ubi Brooks at the hot corner for the Metropolitans. Wow. A lot of glum faces in that Houston Astros dugout right now. The Mets 1 out away from victory. Houston 1 out away from defeat. And it's up to Bill Doran to keep hope alive. Second baseman, switch hitter, is 1 for 3. Banged into a double play, grounded out to short, and singled. All right, let's see what Billy Doran can do. Orozco hoping for the final out here. Doran will bat right-handed against the left-handed throwing Orozco. Junior Ortiz has a quick word. His new battery mate. Back behind the plate, squats down, sets the target. The pitch to Billy Doran. Will the game continue or will the Mets advance to round 3 in the final bracket of 16? 4-4. Will this close the door on the Astros? 4-4. And a 9. That is a single. A single to center. 4-4. Doran switch hitter batting righty. Yep. A 1 would have been a triple. We rolled a 9. That's a single. So Billy Doran keeps hope alive with a 2-out single. And here comes a tying run at the plate in scrap iron, Phil Gardner. Gardner's been in tense situations before with the 1979 Pittsburgh Pirates, the We Are Family team that won the World Series. So here's Gardner. Diaz is ready. Orozco trying to pitch in his 3rd inning and pick up the win after he blew the save. Phil Gardner, 0 for 3, a strikeout, a ground out to third, and a line out to Oquendo at short. Doran will be held close. Here's the pitch from Orozco to Phil Gardner. 2-6. 2-6 to Phil Gardner. Does hope spring eternal once again? Left-handed pitcher. 2-6. Hard hit ball to short. Oquendo's up with it. He throws to Hernandez. And this ball game is over. The Metropolitans with 2 shocking wins. Round 1 and now in round 2 advance with a 3-1 victory over the Houston Astros. They defeat Nolan Ryan. Walt Terrell went 6 innings, gave up no runs. Jesse Orozco went 3. He gave up the tying run, blows a save, but gets the win. So the winning pitcher is Orozco out of the pen. Nolan Ryan is the losing pitcher. Frank DiPino pitched the final 2/3 of the game. So another terrific job. Well, I mean, they did blow the save, but the Mets pitching staff is not bad. Tom Seaver got roughed up in game 1. So in game 3, or round 3, it can't be Seaver, and it can't be Walt Terrell. I believe the Mets will go with, what a game, 3-1 victory for the Mets. The Mets will go with, again, all relievers are ready. There's a day off. They're all ready to pitch. So it's only the starters. They're going to go with Ed Lynch, 10-10, 4.28, possibly. Mike Torres was god-awful. No. Or Scott Holman, starter reliever, 3.74. He was 1-7. And he can only go 5 innings, so that'd be another one where they have to piece it together. Ed Lynch can go 6. Mike Torres can go 6. So it could be a bullpen game, as they say nowadays, for the Metropolitans. But once again, the Mets advance to round 3. Mets have won the first 2 games of their tournament life, and they advance to the final 16. So that'll make Combat Painter and all Mets fans very happy. Again, the winning pitcher, Jesse Orozco, out of the pen. He blew the save for Walt Terrell. He went 6 scoreless innings. Nolan Ryan went 8 1/3. He takes the loss. DiPino pitched the last 2/3. So that's it. Mets win 3-1. Thank you very much to Amish Elvis, Robbie Wartburg, and Bobby Cantalano. Join us again for more action on the Al Red Sox Fan YouTube channel. Happy Columbus Day. Health and happiness. Take care. Bye-bye. God bless. You know what's coming, folks. Peace!